they're this new company. Actually, not a new company. They've been out for a while. I AiO. I think I'm saying that right. AiO.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just looked at that. I didn't want to pronounce it.
They had this 1 kilo bullet R1 roaster. It's more looks like a more traditional roaster. I don't think they have one. They don't have one in this one here. But what they do have is their new 2 kilo AiO roaster, and you're seeing a picture of
A
it on the screen
E
right
I
now.
O U.
What? They call it the vowel roaster. This is it's a two
Sometimes
kilo
why?
2 kilo AiO. I mean, you know what? This game that they're coming out with we did mention the Bellwether roaster, which local roaster Public Works on Water Street bought one, and they have a Bellwether roaster in their facility. They're roasting all their own coffee now. They used to do Mothership. Now they're just roasting all their own stuff. This machine is, if I had to guess, a third the size. This is it, right?
Interesting.
I don't know if you can see the screen I'm looking at now, Greg.
Well, no, but I'm looking at the article. I'm looking at these photos.
The form factor here. I mean, this could potentially sit right on a countertop in a coffee shop. I don't know if you would want that. If people could because I'm assuming this thing will put off some heat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it would sit back and kind of in the back bar of the coffee shop. George, look, having not obviously roasted a damn thing in my life, um, the machine looks really cool, right? Like it has
Mm-hmm.
this really beautiful vision. It's like an Apple. If Apple made coffee roasters, this is like similar to what that would look like.
I'm digging the halftone
Um,
vents on the side.
Oh, I love it with the gradient going
Mm-hmm.
through the vent. I mean, it's in the top looks like I don't know, is that brass or wood or whatever? It's just really cool
Looks like
where you
copper or
pop the beans.
clay.
It might be copper, yeah. So it's a beautiful machine, and hopefully it does what it says it does. Would you say the price was
Uh,
16,000? Is the
yes,
anticipated?
yes. And here's
It
the
just
great
seems
thing
like a
about this:
small. It seems like a small machine. Like I wonder how much volume it can do compared to a larger machine that might be around 20, 25.
2 kilos.
2 kilos.
This
That's
one
what
will
it
do
said.
2 kilos. So, for instance, these guys were doing 16
Mhm.
kilo roasts.
Right. But they have
I
an
mean,
actual big body
this
in their
is
mission. Well, not
yeah,
big
this
body, but
is
semi big body.
I think these guys are probably because they have 3 stores. They got to roast a lot to keep 3 stores shelved and stocked. If you're a smaller shop, maybe a
I
boutique.
think that's what this is. I think that's
You know,
exactly what this is. Or even if you're somebody who roasts at home, right? For
yeah.
example, by the way, that's going to be one of our future episodes. One of my clients, her neighbor roasts coffee,
Ooh,
in Boston, and so I've got her website bookmarked. We'll order some coffee from there, and she's like, "Yeah, it's a great perk." She goes, "I get coffee every week." I said,
I
"That's pretty amazing." So, but I think think about it. If you have a home roasting business or whatever, that would be perfect. I know 16K is hefty, but just think if you've been doing it for a little while on a smaller roaster, you started to get some momentum, you got some cash sitting in the bank, and all of a sudden now you're able to roll 2 kilos at a time through this joint. That's a pretty awesome situation.
too, if they're these some of these places have like farmers markets. Maybe you're just like you said, you're a home
Exactly.
roaster,
Yep. Yep.
and you're only taking maybe 25 bags a week, semi-retired. Sounds like a
Mhm.
cool gig. I mean, this machine, like you said, this looks like a Mac Pro with a
It
spit
does.
spout on top.
It does. It's pretty awesome, to be honest. I
Um,
like it.
and it's got a little circle display in the front. I mean,
Yep.
it's definitely cool.
Yeah, it's amazing looking.
They did looks like, and I'm looking at here. It looks like it comes in gray or a gunmetal gray and a white.
White. Listen, I'll be
White.
honest with you. This just the way this thing looks is beautiful to me.
Yeah.
If I was the type of dude that just had, "Oh, I got 16 G's sitting over here in my, my kitchen drawer. Let me
Little
cop one."
something.
I would get one. I think that's an amazing looking roaster. I think all roasters kind of look pretty cool. There's just especially like the one that you showed, like, that one that you just showed in the Redondo Beach shop there for the Baron or the Bourbon Rojo or whatever. And then some of these older roasters, they just have the steampunk quality to them. Like they're a heavy metal and they just look so industrial. I think they look pretty cool. And these guys went the opposite way. They're like, hey, like you just said, this is the Mac Pro of coffee roasters. And
Absolutely.
it just looks badass. This looks like it's like a Tesla of coffee roasters, if we're to put it that way, versus, being a 65 Mustang or whatever, if that's even a
So
car. A 65, I don't know.
sure, I maybe they had Mustangs in '65.
I think
I'm
they had. I
assuming.
think they came out in the 50s. Yeah, I don't know. What do I know? Shit, I don't even have a car.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice, George. Thanks for sharing that. This is one
You're
of the first
welcome.
times I've actually. I think honestly, it's the first time I've given a shit about any of these roasters that we've talked about on here. To be honest.
Good.